Geografting before we watch episode 1. So first of all, plot. I think in season 3 we're gonna focus on the royal selection and backstories of the candidates, right? And I feel like we're especially gonna focus on Felt, Anastasia, and Priscilla. I probably mistyped her name. So for Felt, I do think she's of a royal lineage. We know that she's a girl from the slums, but I feel like somewhere in her past she maybe got orphaned somehow, or maybe she is an unwanted child of a royal family or something like that, and that's why she was cast on the streets, and she doesn't even know about it herself. That's my prediction about Felt's backstory. Now, we do know that Anastasia and Priscilla are, I don't want to say nepotism, but they're pretty aristocratic as well, right? And they know it. Especially for Priscilla, I want them to focus on Al as well. Al backstory, maybe in season 3 as well, because we do know that Al is also reincarnated just like Subaru was, right? And for Anastasia, I want to see how she met or how she created the Iron Fang and met Mimi. So this is basically my prediction, what we might see from the royal selection before the royal selection finishes, right? And I do think it's gonna finish in the third season. So at the end of the third season, we're gonna see the new leader of Lucunica, or Queen of Lucunica, who's gonna go to the Dragon's Den, which I do think it's gonna end up being Emilia, but it's not gonna be easy, right? So for Felt, I wanna see why is she a candidate and what happened. For Anastasia, I wanna see how she created the Iron Fang and the events leading up to meeting Ricardo, Mimi, and the others. Priscilla is an interesting character because of Al mainly, but she's also very, I don't want to say dumb mommy, but she's very rough with others, right? And I do think Emilia is gonna win, right? And we do know that the reason of the trials of the Sanctuary and why Roswaal did it was to test Emilia and Roswaal. Sorry, Emilia and Subaru. For Emilia, to get votes from not only the people from the Sanctuary, but also get the villagers' votes to vote for Emilia as well. For Subaru, he was testing Subaru's resolve and death loop, and making Subaru unstoppable, basically, right? So we know from the gut content that Echidna was resurrected or reincarnated to Ryusushima, right? So are we gonna see, let's say Emilia wins, are we gonna see the Dragon of Lucunica? Question mark. Well, I think we're not gonna see it in this season that's coming after 3. I think we're gonna see Dragon in season 4. That's what I'm thinking, because I think we have like 17 or 18 episodes in 3. I feel like putting all of these things into a small season or a smaller season is not gonna be enough time, right? And then I don't think so. But now we know that Echidna is alive, and I think Roswell's wish, we know that Roswell's wish is to resurrect Echidna. But I don't think we're gonna learn about it until like season 5 or 6 because of the cut content video I watched today on stream, where it was said that Omega, so Omega is basically Echidna, and Omega's like resurrection, or Echidna's resurrection, was cut off from season 2 finale. But we know that the dragon is connected to Roswell's wish. The dragon has something that Roswell wants, so he can bring back Echidna, but he doesn't need to do that anymore, right? So what if we go through all that plot with Roswell trying to bring back Echidna, and then it turns out like Roswell's what he was doing was completely useless? Like, how is Roswell gonna feel, right? Anyway, I do think we're gonna have a main plot is gonna be with the royal selection, but a side plot we're gonna see Gluttony, so Rai, and Subaru going after Rai. Because my theory is, if you kill Gluttony, Rem's existence and memories will return. That's what I think. Now, I don't know if Subaru is gonna succeed in killing Gluttony, but I do think that if he does, Rem's gonna come back. Now, I do feel like we're gonna get more characters from the Archbishops. So, example, we are gonna see more Archbishops. And we watched today a really good video about the stars and names of characters from ReZero. So I do think we're gonna get a character named after a star. That's Constellation. Maybe Archbishop of Wraith. We have Lust, Wraith. Who else? We know about Hector. I think Hector is dead anyway. We know about Pandora. So maybe Pandora is gonna make a comeback. Archbishop of Envy. Does Archbishop of Envy even exist? He must, right? The only one that's missing is Pride, I'm pretty sure. Wrath, not Wraith. My bad. Interesting. Okay, so Lust. Lust probably we're gonna see maybe in the next season. I'm guessing. And Wrath. 6 Bishop minus Pride 5. Okay, so Gluttony, Creed, Lust, Sloth, but Sloth is dead. I still feel bad for fucking Betelgeuse. I feel so fucking bad for him. I never thought I was gonna feel so bad, but because of the backstory and how he was before. Wrath and Pride. Minus Pride, so Lust, Wrath, Gluttony, Sloth, and Creed. So we haven't seen 2. Lust and Wrath. So I do think we're gonna get an introduction to Lust and Wrath in season 3. And star name ? Maybe, right? Maybe another character. Doesn't have to be Lust and Wrath. What else? Subaru gaining more witches authorities. Maybe. I was talking about this when he was using the authority of Sloth on Garfield, which, you know, he has 2 now. He has authority of Pride and authority of Sloth. Now, we watched a video by Egidnat earlier, like explaining how magic works in ReZero. Something that he said that is in my mind is, you control magic, but authority controls you. Right? I kind of feel like him getting more and more is gonna descend him into madness, similar to what happened to Betelgeuse. Then again, Betelgeuse had different kinds of problems in his past, not only his authority, so we can't say that for sure. But something with the line of authority, you don't control authority, authority controls you, makes me feel like Subaru is gonna not have a great time, right? He's gonna collect all the authority. Maybe he's gonna get another one in season 3, right? Even though we haven't seen Subaru use these 2 authorities to their full extent. We only have seen him use the authority of Sloth like once or twice against Garfield, and that's it. So maybe not season 3, maybe it's a season 4 kind of thing that's coming out next year. That's a question mark. Now, I do feel like, because the election is coming up, there's gonna be some shenanigans going on, especially with the other candidates maybe trying to sabotage Emilia's success. They're gonna see how Emilia is succeeding, especially after she completed the trial. So everyone in the sanctuary is gonna vote for her, and everyone from the village is gonna vote for her as well. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to win. I'm not sure how large Lukunica is, because I'm guessing other people obviously will not vote for Emilia because of prejudice and because of her, you know, race, right? So I feel like we're gonna have a plot again with Anastasia, Felt, or Priscilla. Now, I don't think Felt is gonna sabotage anything. I'm guessing maybe Priscilla. So that's what I can see happening is Priscilla sabotaging Emilia in the election. Maybe because of an attack. Maybe an attack or something. Maybe not an attack. Maybe it's gonna be more like a big brain play. Like sabotaging in a different kind of way. Now, Subaru hasn't had a death loop for a pretty long time. Is he gonna keep up the streak? Is Subaru's generational run going to continue? No, I don't think so. I feel like it's gonna be similar to season 2, where he's gonna struggle a lot in the beginning, then he has a revelation, an idea, starts cooking, and then he turns it around. So there has to be, I feel like he's gonna rely on Deathloop again, willingly. He's gonna lose someone, he's gonna kill himself again, try to save others. Even though his character development in season 2 was amazing, I don't think he can do it on his first try, even in season 3. Even though he had a generation run at the end of season 2 where he did everything correctly. And also, it's not only him, right? It was also Otto and Ram, and in somewhat Emily and Roswaal contributing to his success. He promised Atella that he will put himself first. He did, but I think he's gonna break that promise. I think he's gonna rely on the death loop again. But even if he doesn't, I feel like it's gonna be incredible. Where, yeah, I'm gonna be super surprised if it doesn't. That's what I want to say. I'm gonna be so goddamn surprised if it does not. Right? It's gonna break that promise. And I think that's gonna be a really psychologically straining his mind, right? Because he's gonna lose someone. He does not want to use Deathloop, but he has no other choice. So I feel like we're gonna see the pain of Subaru in the next season as well. I don't think the pain is gonna stop. I don't think the generational run is gonna continue. I really don't think so. Now, are we gonna learn more about Reincarnation? What I wanna see in season 3, that's not really a theory, but this is like going into my theory. I want to see more who Subaru was reincarnated. Not as, or like who is he supposed to be? Because, more info, let me clarify. No, from Satella is Satella keeps talking to Subaru and saying, I have loved you for so long, all this time, and Subaru just got here. Like, what the fuck does that even mean, right? I was thinking maybe it's one of the princes of Lucunica, like Felix said, like, oh, Subaru reminds him of a prince of Lucunica, but I'm unsure, right? There were mention of like different characters as well. For example, Betelgeuse mentioned someone named Flugel, but we know nothing about him. Only thing we know about him is the tree that the white whale was destroyed in. But who else has mentioned of? Maybe, I don't know. That's like the people I can think of. What else? Season 2 ended so abruptly, but we do know about the cut content video that it was supposed to end differently, where Omega appeared. Omega is basically a reincarnated Echidna. But I do, like I said earlier, I do not think there's gonna be any information about Omega in season 3. I feel like that's a future thing. But I do feel like I said before as well, we're gonna see all the other Archbishops, including Lust and Wrath. I don't think Rem is, I think Subaru will start going after Gluttony with, what was his name again? Not Reinhardt. Gosh, the previous Swordmaster's husband. What was his Wilhelm? Wilhelm? William? No, Wilhelm. Wilhelm? Yeah, going after Gluttony with Wilhelm because they both have the same goal. One of them wants Crush to get her memories back, and and Subaru wants Rem's existence and her memories back as well. But I don't think Gluttony will die because I feel that the season is too short for that. Sheesh, Wilhelm won Astrea, yeah. The season is too short for that, but I do feel like we have a return of Wilhelm. We're gonna have that team up again between Wilhelm and Subaru. I'm trying to think more like deeper theories behind the scenes, not only what's gonna happen to season 3. So, 1 second. Buck is gonna make a new contract, even though Buck new contract with Emilia. That's a possibility. But even though Buck said there's now someone else looking after Emilia, so maybe not. No, I don't think so anymore, actually. I changed my mind. Buck won't make a contract. Trusts Subaru instead. There we go. I changed my mind. I don't know. I'm gonna shoot. I missed all the chances I don't shoot, I guess. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna break his promise to Satella. Wait, maybe Lai and Regulus backstory? Rai, not Lai. Rai or Lai? Lai. Rai. Oh. Okay. I do feel like Frederica and Rai, even though Frederica and Garfield are quarter. But the teeth, it's R? Okay. But the teeth is one of the indications I said in season 2 episode 1, right? But that's the only thing between them, the teeth. And the teeth just might be like that because she is the Archbishop of Gluttony, not because they're the same species. But maybe they are. I think the teeth are only goes for Gluttony. But yeah, maybe. Maybe. You never know, right? Unless it's confirmed already in season 3. They were confirmed overall in like some kind of notes. Subaru and Wilhelm. I feel like there's a team up going on. I think Felix is gonna stay out of it. Could be anything. So are you saying it's far-fetched? Like far-fetched theory? Only thing that's like connects them is the teeth, and there's like not enough evidence. I guess you could be right. It could be anything. That's basically what you meant, yeah. I don't know. I'm just writing it down just in case I'm right in the future. Like I said, I guess 95 things, and I guess 100 things, 95 things are wrong, right? But I like to guess. Just like how the symbolism, the flower symbolism from season 1, I was wrong. There was no symbolism between the blue flower and Rem memories being deleted. But I still thought it was like a fun coincidence, and I guessed. Subaru, I feel like Subaru won't break any promises to Emilia from now on. Buck trusts him, right? You're like me in Zero, that's cool, Master. It's so fun to meet someone like me. Star name. Sorry. I think you're gonna see mentions of Shoes and Beatrice in the past. They're both spirits, right? I still want to see more of Chus and Beatrice because we saw a lot of Ryuzu, Roswaal, and I guess Chus also, but Chus was more there with Emilia in the future. But Beatrice, Roswaal, and Echidna and Ryuzu together, but not so much Chus and Beatrice together. So maybe there's gonna be like a little like callback or flashback as well between those two. Okay. I feel like I did not cook as hard as I did first season. Theories and predictions. But we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna keep this open. I'm not gonna delete it. We're gonna go back to it at the end of the season maybe and see how much I was right. Actually, let me check my previous season 1. Okay, let's see how hard I cooked here, guys. With first one, no. Yes. Is this the question? I guess the second one turned out to be true. True. I don't know about this one. Alice from Super Roswaal, that was confirmed. Ren was eaten by the sin of gluttony, right? Bellic was not dead, I don't know. Second one, I don't know. Third one, no. No. No, I don't know actually. Okay, interesting. So I got like 30% correct. Damn, that's actually a lot. I think 30% is a lot. I think this time it's gonna be like, I don't know, I'm not that confident in myself, dude. I mean, I think this is 90%. 95, it just makes sense, right? But I don't think it's gonna happen the next season. Felt royal lineage, I think also is true. Backstories the candidates. Priscilla is insecure and acts tough because she feels like, because she has authority, not the spell over others, and makes her feel better. I feel like Priscilla is gonna be a lot deeper character than we think. That's what I think. And now, again, authority, because not the spell or the witch's authority, the real definition of authority. And that makes her feel better. Yeah, I mean, let's jump into episode 1 right now. Let's go.